I've addressed this situation before, but I get a lot of questions about it, so I'll do it again. We know the trials in Florida and Georgia. They're doing all the things they need to do to delay things, to try to push it out beyond the election. In Florida, we've got Aileen Cannon. She's done everything she could to delay this thing. She's incompetent, she's inexperienced, and she's complicit with Donald Trump. Most recently, she came up with this thing where she's going to allow arguments to decide whether or not Jack Smith was constitutionally appointed. It's fucking ridiculous. No judge would do that, but she's doing it. Now, people will say to me, why doesn't Jack Smith just send her to the 11th Circuit and get her to recuse herself or have them recuse her? Well, here's the thing. He can't do that. He can't appeal to the 11th Circuit until there's some decision that she's made to appeal. And she's danced around that. She's tried to protect herself. So until she comes up with a decision, and she will have to do that they can appeal, he can't send it to an appeal for nothing. Sure, her behavior is bad, but she's got to make that decision that they can appeal. So she's going to try to extend it longer and longer. The state of Florida is going to look silly in the end, and history won't do well for Aileen Cannon or the state of Florida. Now we have Georgia. We know that Donald Trump's team wanted, or the Republican team wanted, Fani Willis to recuse herself from the case for some bullshit. The judge said no, she doesn't have to recuse herself. So Donald Trump's team, the Republican team, appealed it. Now we're waiting for that appeal. We just heard that appeal, that argument will happen in October, and theoretically they may not come up with a decision until February or March. So they're successful in delaying it. People are worried about this. They're upset about this, and I'm going to tell you, don't be. Donald Trump has already been convicted of 34 felony charges. Whether it's 44, 54, 64, it doesn't really matter. 34 felony charges is substantial. That's going to do some immense damage. And when he gets sentenced, it's going to be worse. Donald Trump better be careful of what he's asking for because he just might get it. He wants to push these other 3 trials out after the election. And you know what? I'm cool with that because I know he's not going to win the election. And when he doesn't win the election, he is going to be at his most vulnerable state. It's going to come after the election. He's not a candidate for presidency. He didn't win the presidency. And after he gets soundly trounced, the Republicans will be stepping away from him. So there'll be Donald Trump with these 3 trials getting ready to rain down on his head and no protection. I'm looking forward to that, to be perfectly honest with you. I'm looking forward to it. He will be able to do nothing. He won't have money. He won't have support. He won't have position. But he's going to have to address those issues. They can delay the trials, but they can't make them disappear. They're coming. They're coming for Donald Trump, and whenever they come, it's going to bury him.